Good afternoon, my friends and followers. My name is Dr. Edward Wasurum, the tutor in Edward's Academy. This afternoon, I want us to look at the estimation procedure for limited dependent variable regression models. Recall in my previous video, I introduced the concept limited dependent regression model as an estimation procedure that includes both qualitative and quantitative data. A situation where a researcher is asked to conduct a research that has the dependent variable as a qualitative information, whereas the independent variable or variables are quantitative in nature. Such kind of estimation procedure is expected to use what they call limited dependent regression models. In the list of those models, we have the Probit, the logistics regression, the Probit regression, the Probit and Probit, the multinomial Probit and Probit, and sensor or ordered Probit and Probit regression. We are going to look at mainly or basically two dimensions of it this afternoon rather. We are going to look at the logistics regression and the Probit regression. In that video, I told you very explicitly that the condition to estimate a logistics regression is that the researcher must have been exposed to a series that is leptokurtic in nature. When a time series data is leptokurtic, it implies that such a series has a cortices value that is more than 3, and such kind of series is not actually normally distributed. On the other hand, to estimate a Probit regression, is expected that the series under consideration has a cortices value of less than 2 or in negative form, and such kind of series too is not or does not follow normal distribution. So in this kind of situation, we are going to adopt a study approach. Recall my previous video, I actually adopted, I'll give an example of a student who is asked to estimate the impact of government policies on Nigerians, and if the student decides to decompose Nigeria into male and female, then the domain variable or the dichotomous variable for Nigeria is going to be male for 1 and 0 for female. In that context, we are going to look at it using the EViews platform this afternoon. What we have here is EView work file untitled for domain variable, which represents the dependent variable, and trade openness of Nigeria for a period which spanned 1981 to 2020. And to have that done, the first thing is to actually double click on the dummy. This is the dependent variable coded in this form. If you click the view, you go to descriptive statistics or test. You maneuver to statistic table. You click, you will be exposed to a variable that looks like this. This is the cortices value for the dummy. We have 1.000 and is less than 2, which means that the dependent variable is leptokurtic in nature. So I will reduce that. I go back to the policy variable trade openness. I go to view, I double click descriptive statistics or text, maneuver to statistics table. We now expose that the cortices value is 1.2, which also shows that the variable is actually leptokurtic in nature like the previous one. So basically, this estimation procedure that will be adopted under the limited dependent regression model will actually be more of the Probit model. But for the sake of this study, I want to estimate both logistics regression and Probit regression and make comparison of both. But in this class, I'm not going to teach you on how to interpret it in this video. In my next video, I will teach you how to compute the interpretation of the coefficients. So to have that done, I'll go to quick. I'll go to estimate equation. I will now estimate my variable dummy, full constant, and trade openness. I'll come to the estimation method. I will come to binary choice. Go to the option, you change it to EViews legacy. EViews legacy, let it remain here. We'll come back to specification. The first estimation is Probit. I'll leave it at Probit. I will hit the OK button. I'll expose to this. This is my first estimation. I will save this as equation 1. I've done the Probit model. Then I will go back to the estimation again. I will untick the Probit and tick the Logit. I will hit the OK button. I have now gotten my Logit model. I will save it as equation 2. I will save it as equation 2. So I want to compare both equation 1 and equation 2. To have that done, I just have to open up the both equations to make that comparison. I think I need to do that quickly. Sorry, I need to do that quickly. Okay, this is equation 1. Okay, this is the binary logistics regression. Okay, I want to open up equation 1 again. It's like equation 1 wasn't saved. I want to open up again. We have dummy, C and top. Move on to this area, binary choice. We have the Probit model. Okay, we have this and this. So let me compare these two results and let's actually decide which is the best. We have these two results. This is a Logit regression and this is Probit regression model, all estimated today. So we're going to look at it together. Remember, in my previous video I told you that the arrow square in a limited dependent regression model cannot explain the changes in the dependent variable, that is as a result of the variations in the explanatory variable. And I told you that. So when we are going to be doing interpretation, I'm going to expose to you more on that arrow square and the value of the coefficients. So if you look at this result, the coefficients in the logistics regression is not significant, so as the coefficient in the Probit regression is not also significant. So both coefficients in each of these regression models are not statistically significant. But this is how you estimate both Probit and Logit regression model. In my next video, I'm going to interpret each of these estimations by considering all the statistical parameters involved in it. Stay tuned to my channel as we actually expose most of these hidden little dimensions of regression analysis. Thank you and God bless you.